Hey guys, what's up? FC Paragon of Paragon Gaming here. It's been 3 days since E3 has been wrapped up, and we've seen a lot of good things in this year's E3. We've seen Xbox um, provide a lot, actually a lot of interesting titles, and also the backwards compatibility, which seems really impressive for me since I'm a PC gamer. I'm not a console gamer, but for me, the highlight of E3 was the reveal of the new Mass Effect 4, which has its own title, Mass Effect Andromeda. So the purpose of this video is for me to first show you the official teaser trailer. It's not the original trailer. The teaser trailer of Mass Effect Andromeda, and then after that, I'm gonna be breaking down into what they actually showed us in the trailer, because Yannick Roy, the executive producer of BioWare, said in his tweet that if you look closely into the trailer, you'll see a lot of things, a lot of minor details, which will give you an idea of what the next game will be all about. So we've already seen a lot of news. We've already heard a lot of news about what the new Mass Effect game will be. I've read all of that, and quite frankly, I was not I was not a bit sure about it. But after watching this trailer, I'm pretty stoked, because this trailer is really, really awesome. So without further ado, let's start this video.
An old cowboy went riding out one dark and windy day. Up on a ridge he rested as he went along his way. When all at once a mighty herd of lit-eyed cows he saw plowing through the ragged skies and up the cloudy draw. Ghost riders in the sky.
There we go. Holiday 2016. And let's just pause right here. This was all captured in engine. This was not CGI. So yeah, that says a lot about what the next game will be all about. They're obviously gonna try to look real good, because it's a brand new IP. They started everything fresh, and I gotta say, if this was not CGI, my advice to the gamers who haven't yet upgraded their PC, I think it's best if you start upgrading your PC right now, because this game looks amazing. So let's just scroll back to the starting point and just analyze what they showed us in this video. Alright, let's pause it right here. This looks like, at first glance, when I first saw this video, and listening to the Johnny Cash background music, I was like, is this really Mass Effect? Because, I think that's what BioWare was planning to go. I mean, they really wanted to shock the gamers when eventually the protagonist just starts scrolling, and even then we didn't understand if this was actually Mass Effect, because at first at first glance, this picture looks very much like the West. I mean, a sort of scenario. It's a very rocky, very habitable place, and you can see this scanner, which I'm pretty much sure that they're I'm guessing the protagonist here is scanning for minerals, or maybe scanning for a habitable planet to establish a new colony. We don't know about it. We'll find out when the game comes out, or probably in the next E3 2016, we'll probably get to see an actual trailer, and most probably a gameplay video, I hope. So this looks uh, like a scene where the protagonist is just trying to find out which planet has the most habitable environment for humans.
An old cowboy went riding out one
In here we see
dark and
a very beautiful place. Actually, I'm not sure what this blue looking waterfall. I'm not sure if it looks like ice. Like you can see ice just poking around, and I'm pretty sure it's a very cold waterfall, and you can see this cave, which the scanner is trying to find out, probably for resources. We don't know, and it's looking very pretty. We have a really beautiful pink shade of a sunset, and we can see the protagonist just scrolling. Yeah, this is a what we can see here are plants which look awfully similar to excuse me, awfully similar to corals, but this does not look underwater, and the scanner is probably trying to find out what this unknown looking plant is. And you can see this really huge um, bug, and you can see scanners just trying to find out what sort of minerals these rocks have. And the protagonist just probably thinks, and I'm not sure what this is. It looks like molten sulfur or lava. We're not sure, but probably gonna go with molten sulfur.
up on a ridge.
This is probably my favorite piece of art. I mean, this looks really beautiful. I'm not sure. Well, we can see that there are asteroids just sort of roaming around, and this is a really big piece of rock, but it's not in outer space. It's not hovering in middle of the atmosphere. It's stuck in ground, and you can see a beautiful. I'm not sure if that's a moon or it's another planet. We're not sure. Um, there are scanners trying to find out for minerals, trying to find out for a habitable place, and clearly it's not a habitable place. So
He rested as he went along his way.
this is another beautiful place, and this place awfully um, looks similar to. I'm not sure if you played that DLC. I can't remember the name. Oh my God, what's the name of the DLC? I can't remember. It's a DLC where a Shepard in Mass Effect 2, where you I can't think of the name. Never mind. This place looks awfully similar to a place where you actually go in one of the DLCs Mass Effect 2 has. Project Arc or whatever. Oh my God, I can't think of the name, but you can see that there's a really big a really big mountain. This looks like a walkway up to the top of the mountain. There are scanners scanning for minerals, I'm guessing. You can see this really unknown looking animal, which I'm not even sure if it's a bird. I don't even know what that is, but these are absolutely, I mean, these are birds just, and it looks like a habitable planet, but maybe it's not. We don't know. Uh, in Mass Effect 1 we could understand by coming out of the Mako, and just you can see the hazard level on the bottom right hand of the screen. So we don't know if it's actually habitable, but it certainly looks like one.
When all at once reminded
Yeah, this is definitely not habitable, but just look at this. I mean, this is just amazing. What is it? Fire tornadoes just coming out in the middle of the ground. There are cracks. Molten lava are just coming out of the cracks of the ground. It's definitely not habitable, but it certainly looks beautiful. And I'm not even sure if it's a place where you can explore. So,
heard of the night cows he saw.
and then we see the protagonist just shove all that pictures and just come back to the starting point, which definitely looks habitable. And
Ragged skies and nothing cloud.
here we see the camera just starts to pan out, and this is the part where we start that we realize that this is actually a trailer of Mass Effect. I mean, that's initially what how I felt. So you can see that the protagonist just locked that place, and you can see FTL. I'm not even. I can't see clearly, but it's definitely written FTL, and that's probably the planet's name. So um, the the protagonist just locked it there, and we see. Yep. Yep. So that is that is faster than light speed. A lot of people have been saying that how did this uh I mean, how did the protagonist just jump from one planet to another? I'm guessing that they were already in that system, and they were just using FTL jump. They weren't actually using any sort of I mean, what am I saying? They're actually inside the system, I think, and they just use the ordinary FTL jump from one planet to another. They're not just exploring from one cluster to another cluster. That would take a Mass Effect to do that. But in this is where a lot of questions just rise up. I mean, how did he really use a Mass Effect relay? Is there a built-in Mass Effect relay in this ship? I mean, there can be, because what I'm looking at when I look at this trailer, it looks like the game is set far to. I mean, it's actually, I think it's a sequel, because there are a lot of advanced technology shown in this trailer, so we don't actually know whether he actually used a mass relay to do this, because if you've seen the Mass Effect 3 ending, Mass Effect relays just they get destroyed. But there could be a built-in mass relay, just like there was in Citadel, and faster than light speed just became more faster, and they were able to jump from one planet to another. But time will tell. We don't know that much. They didn't give any much more detail about this one. But here we can see that the protagonist selected this destination for exploration, and this is the part where I think they go and see if the planet is actually habitable. Right here we see the Omni tool, and I think this is much more impressive looking Omni tool, because its screen is not just a orange looking square with some data inside. I mean, this looks like an appropriate Omni tool, and the armor that the protagonist is wearing very much looks like Mass Effect. The helmet is pretty much apparent. They won't show the protagonist's face now. It's just a teaser trailer, and just right here is the bomb, N7, which means that this protagonist is an N7 operative, which basically means that there is probably an alliance. I mean, the alliance is still out there. We don't know. Maybe they're just a handful of humans trying to colonize. We can't tell. So, by the looks of this, I'm pretty much sure that alliance is still out there, and yeah, and you can see that the armor, it's not. Sorry about that. It's not much. It's not bulky. It looks pretty much. Excuse me. Um, ergonomic. It looks like you can actually run with it. There's it doesn't look that much of an armor. Excuse me. But we can see it in a few seconds later. Here we see the new and improved Mako. The tires look like, you can actually roam around with it without, jumping out. And, I mean, the Mako looks pretty much agile. Um, like, it looks like you can actually explore with it. And you can see that the bug is still there. We saw the same bug in that other planet. We don't actually know. So I'm pretty much happy with the Mako. The Mako looks pretty cool. I'm actually stoked that the Mako's back. Alright, right here we see the protagonist jump with what looks like a jetpack installed in his armor, which might might give us the hint that the protagonist, we will be able to jump uh, from place to place. I think this feature will be available in the armor, which I hope it is, because come on, let's face it, jumping around, and that just looks cool. Alright, right here we see which kind of, I mean, it's pretty, we can't say anything. This building looks an awful lot like the Prothean buildings, but this particular building can somehow transform like the Transformers. I mean, remember the Dark Side of the Moon? I mean, there were sort of pillars just transforming out of the moon, and this looks an awful lot like that, which kind of suggests that this probably is a part of the antagonist. We don't know, but it looks pretty cool. The sound effects are really cool. Alright, let me just back up for a second. Okay, here we see the protagonist running, and there is another humanoid looking character, which we don't know. It might be an Asari, it might be a female Drell, we don't know, but there is a definite Krogan looking character, which I'm so glad, which means that the genophage is cured and they're helping humans. And what looks like someone is shooting at them. Here we see the. Okay, let me back up for a second. Here we see that the building is just transformed into something of a giant creature, I think. I'm not sure. We can't see that clearly. The shield's back, and we see this creature which awfully looks like Turians, but they look a lot buff. We don't know. This might be an unknown alien species that is just fighting against the humans, and we don't. Okay, we can't. This looks like two legs of a very huge inorganic robot. I'm not sure. I would go with for a. I mean, I would go for the fact that this might be a Reaper. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if Reapers are still there in the next game, but this looks like a definite, two legs of that creature. We don't know. We can't say. It's just a matter of time that BioWare will reveal more information about the next game. And the trailer just ends with the protagonist just giving his signature style Omniblade action. There we go. Mass Effect Andromeda. And hitting at the feels with the first tune of visual soundtrack. What can I say? I'm really stoked about this game. Holiday 2016 is so long, but I'm glad that BioWare has taken their time and effort to release the game as perfect as they can. I mean, they can't afford any more. What can I say? Because the last game, Mass Effect 3, was just. I mean, it was still a 10 out of 10 game, but there were cracks in it. There were certain things that which I didn't like, especially the ending. Even the extended cut just didn't go well with me. But I hope that they do justice to this game, and it already looks good. All they have to do is just, make a good story, and I'm pretty sure the story makers are doing their job pretty well. Holiday 2016, that's a long, long damn time. I can't even wait for it because the first time when I saw this trailer, I was screaming everywhere inside my house, and my mom was, I'm sorry, my dad was really, really surprised that I was so excited for a game, and I can't wait for it. So this is the reaction. I mean, this is the breakdown of the trailer. If you've seen anything that I've missed, please let me know in the comments down below. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel for more content. I will be uploading a lot of my Mass Effect playthrough. I couldn't because I had my exams this month. But thank you so much for watching this video. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and subscribe to my channel for more content. Until then, this is FC Paragon saying bye bye and have a nice day. Captured Engine, representative of game experience. I can't even think about it. Oh my god. Thank you so much. Bye bye.